Hi arm wrestling fans, welcome back to my channel. Arm Wrestling Wolf this side. I hope you all are doing good and moreover breaking your pronation PRs. This is going to be my first tutorial video where I would be explaining how to edit videos like me to grow on YouTube by using CapCut followed by After Effects. So without wasting any time, let's get started. Step 1. Open CapCut and import all the clips and the background music we are gonna need. We would be making a Devon vs Levan edit, but you can make any, just copy my style. For this edit particularly, we'll be needing 2 different match clips from 2022 and 2024, 6 different workout clips of Devon, 3 different clips of Devon to make the edit narrate a storyline. Don't worry if you can't find the exact clips, I've mentioned the link in the description. Step 2. Start by adding your background music to the timeline. Now add markers at different beat drops to it. Step 3. Add round 2 in the beginning of the clip in which Devon got injured. Place the clip in such a manner such that the moment where Devon sustained the injury lies just above our first beat. Step 4. Now split the clip right above the beat. Step 5. Place the time indicator at the end of the clip you just split and click on this icon. Now select freeze. This frame will be used to deliver a flash effect with a camera flash sound like this. Step 6. Trim the right of the frozen frame extending beyond the second beat. Step 7. Add this clip from round 2 to your timeline where Devon realized his bicep has been ripped and trim the right of it to sync it with the consecutive beat. Step 8. Add this clip featuring Devon undergoing some form of therapy. Step 9. Add 6 different training clips and place them in a random manner. Step 10. Add the East vs West 12 press conference clip where Devon and Levan had a standoff. Step 11. For build-up, add Devon Larratt making his way to the table followed by Levan. You can use different moments if you wish. Step 12. Finally add the match and set it up in such a way that the moment they start pulling is exactly above this final beat. Step 13. Now add the match in a way such that the end of the music syncs with the end of the match. Trim a little bit of mid portion. Step 14. This is the last step. So basically we are done with composing. So just hit export and export in 1080p 30 fps. Before we begin phase 2, here's the list of things we are gonna need. Skull emoji PNG and a red circle PNG. Step 1. Open After Effects and import your clip to the timeline. Then search for the exact first frame that we froze. Place the time indicator on it and go to Layer, New, Solid and add a polar white solid layer above the clip. Trim the left of it. Go 12 frames ahead and trim the remaining right side too. So now we have a white solid layer above our clip. Step 2. We will adjust the opacity of the solid layer. For this, select the layer and press T on your keyboard to open opacity setting. Go to start of the layer and add a keyframe. Set the value to 45. Now go to the end of the layer and bring down the value to 0. After this, your footage should look like this. Step 3. Now bring your time indicator to the exact frame where Devon and Levan started pulling. Select the layer and split it. Now go to Layer, New, solid and add a pitch black solid layer. Trim the left of it so it's only above the required layer. After this, select the solid layer and place the time indicator at the start of the solid layer and press T on the keyboard to open opacity settings. Hold Alt on your keyboard and press on the clock icon. This will reveal the opacity code panel. Select this text and remove it. Now type wiggle bracket open 10, 15 bracket close minus 90. This will give a black flash effect to our layer. Step 4. Go to File, Import, File and select the skull PNG image. Now drag the PNG to the timeline. Trim the left of it so it starts simultaneously with our black layer. Change its scale to 5. Now go to Align and fix it to the center. Don't forget to drag down the image towards the bottom so it doesn't cover the mid of the clip. Now while keeping the skull layer selected, press P on your keyboard to reveal position settings. Hold Alt and press on the clock icon to reveal the position code panel. Again, select this text and remove it. Now type wiggle bracket open 1, 5 bracket close and close the panel. This will give a moving effect to our skull PNG. Step 5. Go to Effects and Preset and search Drop Shadow. Pick the drop shadow under Perspective and add it to your skull layer. Zoom in a little. Now increase shadow opacity to 100, distance to 30 and softness to 101. Again, tap on the effect and duplicate it. Change its opacity to 50, direction to 172 and softness to 208. This will help our skull PNG to stand out from the background clip. Step 6. Now what remains is adding transition. Start by selecting the 3 layers and pre-compose them. Go to Effects and Preset and search Blur More Curves. Add it to your pre-composed layer. Bring your time indicator at the start of the layer and create a keyframe for Shift to Y by changing the value to -500. Go to Warp Y and select Reflect. Now go 5 frames ahead and change the Shift to Y value to 150. Go 5 frames ahead again and change the value to -30. At last, go 10 frames ahead and bring the value down to 0. Now go to Effects and Presets and search BBC Directional Blur and add it to your pre-composition. Bring the time indicator to the start of it and change the angle to 0. Then add a keyframe for blur amount and set the value to 150. Keep your pre-composition selected and tap U on the keyboard to reveal its keyframes. Now drag the time indicator to the last keyframe and under it, add another keyframe for directional blur, setting the value to 0. Now squeeze the workspace a little and select all the keyframes. Tap on F9 on your keyboard to ease them. Now only select the keyframe for BCC directional blur effect and copy my graph setting. Now you'll have a cool drop transition. Step 7. Go to Effects and Preset and search Saturation. Select Hue Saturation from under Color Correction and add it to your pre-composition layer. Drag the value down to 57. This will make the rematch part stand out from the rest of our edit. Step 8. Place the indicator at the start of the white solid layer and go to Files, Import, File and add the red PNG image. Drag it to your timeline and place it above your white solid layer. Then trim the left of it. Now drag the timeline indicator to the frame where the scene changes to Devon realizing he got injured, and again, trim the right of the circle PNG. Change its scale to 24 and place it just above Devon's mid-bicep, indicating the region of injury. Step 9. Place the indicator at the start of the circle PNG layer, select it and press T on your keyboard to reveal opacity settings. Add a keyframe at the beginning by setting the value to 23. Go 9 frames ahead and increase opacity to 100. Step 10. Go to Effects and Preset and search Drop Shadow. Add it to your PNG layer. Increase shadow opacity to 100, distance to 13 and softness to 50. Step 11. This step is basically about the concept of text layer. For this, I will be using this scene as an explanation. Now place your time indicator at the start of the scene you wish to add the text layer to. Start by adding a text layer to the scene here. I'll be typing underwent therapy. Trim the left of it and drag your time indicator to the end of the scene to trim the right side of the unwanted part. Now go to Align and hit the center alignment option. You can choose different color for the text. I'll be using white. Go to Effects and Preset and search Typewriter Animation and add it to your text layer. Select the layer and press U to adjust the animation keyframe timing. Now your text should look something like this. Step 12. The text we added looks kinda plain and unnoticeable, so to make it stand out, we will add deep glow to it. Just add the following effects in the same sequence as mine and also put values equal to it. Go to Bevel Alpha and put edge thickness to 3. Increase the radius of deep glow to 500 and put exposure to 0.23. Now in Drop Shadow, change the distance to 5. In Drop Shadow 2, which is a duplicate of the first one, change the opacity to 100 and direction to 172. Also change the distance to 5 and softness to 132. We will be adding Drop Shadow again to a text layer. For this, duplicate Drop Shadow 2 and change the opacity to 65. Once you are done with adding your text layers with typewriter animation to the edit, it's time to export the clip. So go to Files, Export and add to render queue. Select the location and file name and hit render. First of all, a heartfelt thanks if you watched till here. This is the last and the smallest part of our edit. We will be needing 2 things for our phase 3. Camera flash sound and keyboard typing sound. Start by placing your time indicator at the frame we added a white layer for flash effect and add the camera flash sound beneath it. Increase the sound to 4.7 decibels. Adjust it properly so it syncs with the flash in the clip. Now go to the beginning of every scene containing your text and add the keyboard typing sound. Adjust its duration to match with the duration of text animation. Basically, you need to do this with every scene you have added text to. Once you are done, hit export. And export in 1080p 30 fps. And boom, you have an edit that's for sure gonna go viral. In the next tutorial, I'll be explaining how to get 4K quality like me and will be sharing my effects preset settings. Till then, stay healthy.